Yo, what is up, ladies and gentlemen? My name is Phonics, and today is going to be another episode of Elite Showcase. I believe we're up to episode 16, so smash that like button. All the support from you guys has been awesome. I really appreciate it. But as you guys can tell by the title, today we're going to be going over the IMR Thunder Tusk, and actually, I decided to combine both Elite IMRs into one episode. So we're going to be going over the Boar Strike and the Thunder Tusk today to find out which is the best Elite IMR. Now, if any of you guys are new to my channel, basically what I do for Elite Showcase is I basically take an Elite weapon. In this case, it's going to be both IMRs, the Boar Strike and the Thunder Tusk. I will show you guys a gameplay in the background, preferably a DNA bomb or a double DNA bomb. And during that gameplay, I will talk about the pros and cons of each Elite weapon, whether it's worth keeping, what the best attachments are for it, and the best way to use it, etc., and whether it's worth keeping or scrapping for that XP. So without further ado, let's get right into it. Now, I'm going to throw a picture up on screen so you guys can see the stats on the Thunder Tusk at first. Now, as you guys can see from the stat card, it has +3 accuracy, which is absolutely huge. Like, that turns an already pretty accurate weapon into a freaking laser beam. This has a 30% reduction in recoil, which is just insane. This weapon's going to reward an accurate player. Like, if you have an accurate shot, you're definitely going to get a huge benefit from this weapon. The negatives of this weapon are it has -1 handling and -2 to the ammo capacity. So the normal IMR starts off with 36 rounds in each clip, and this weapon will start off with 28. So I recommend extended mags for this weapon, but I will go over that in my recommended attachments later on in the episode. Now, let's get to the Boar Strike. I'll throw a picture up on screen so you guys can see the Boar Strike. Now, as you guys can see, it has a +1 damage, -2 to the accuracy, -1 fire rate, and +2 range. So the Boar Strike is basically like that older brother that's just like raw and will beat the hell out of anybody. Like, it's just a beast. Now, the Thunder Tusk is more of like that, does a little bit less damage, but is just extremely accurate. Like, it's more of that precision weapon, where the Boar Strike is just like that raw. It's just raw. Like, it has a lot more recoil. It fires a little slower. It's just not quite a precision weapon. It's more just like a raw, just powerful weapon. So now that's just the stats on paper. Let me get into like the real stats. Now, at first, the Thunder Tusk. Now, the Thunder Tusk is not weak by any means. Some people think that the IMR Thunder Tusk. I used to be a big fan of the Boar Strike until I started using the Thunder Tusk, and I realized how much of a better weapon I feel like the Thunder Tusk is than the Boar Strike. Now, a lot of people are drawn to the Boar Strike over the Thunder Tusk just because it has that extra power. Now, I'm here to tell you guys that's not necessary. The Thunder Tusk can still one-burst people up to 1,000 in-game units, which is pretty far. Like, the Obsidian Steed Bow can 3-shot up to 1,200. So it's pretty far range that it can still one-burst somebody, as long as you hit all 4 bullets of the burst. But the Boar Strike can actually one-burst somebody from up till infinite range as long as you hit all 4 bullets. Now, here's the thing, though. It does fire a little bit slower, the Boar Strike I'm talking about. So in order to land all 4 bullets from the burst, enemies can't really be jumping around or doing anything crazy. So basically, you just want to assume with any burst weapon, you just want to double tap the burst, 2 burst them just to be safe. Now, when you're getting into that territory of 2 bursting people, the IMR Thunder Tusk can fire that second burst a lot faster than the Boar Strike because it has a faster fire rate, and you're going to need 2 bursts to kill anyway, so why not use something that fires faster? I don't know. For me personally, I prefer the Thunder Tusk just because I don't like the slower fire rate of the Boar Strike. It's like the same reason why I prefer the Hole Puncher to the Steel Bite. The Hole Puncher just gets off that second burst faster. Now, the Boar Strike, one good thing about the Boar Strike is you will notice certain situations where you'll one-burst somebody like across the map, and you'll be like, you'll go to put that second burst and you'll be like, they're already dead, and you're like, damn, like I didn't expect to one-burst them from that far. So that's the thing about it, is the Boar Strike's really raw. It's just really powerful. It will surprise you with how much power it has sometimes. But then, like, the Thunder Tusk is more that precision. It rewards accuracies, things like that. So it's up to you guys to make the decision on which weapon you think is better. But me personally, like I said, I prefer the Thunder Tusk just because of its precision. Now, as far as attachments go, I would always recommend the stock and extended mags for any assault rifle, but in this case I'm going to recommend stock, extended mags, and quick draw. Now, because it's a burst weapon, I recommend quick draw over other attachments because you don't really need grip because it's a burst weapon. I prefer to run stock, quick draw, and extended mags. The reason I like quick draw is because it is a burst weapon, so you're going to want to get your first shot. You always want to have first shot as with anything you do, and I just feel like quick draw works for me. Now there is one thing I want to add real quickly, and that is, in my opinion, the IMR Impact, which is an enlisted version of the IMR, is statistically the best version of the IMR you can get. It has the damage of the Boar Strike, and actually has the fire rate of the Thunder Tusk. I mean, yeah, it's not as accurate as the Thunder Tusk, but it's a burst weapon, so it's fairly accurate already. So that's just my opinion. If you guys want the best IMR, I'm going to recommend the Impact. But out of these two, I would have to recommend the Thunder Tusk to be the better variant of the Elite variants. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode today. If you guys did, smack that like button. It really helps my channel grow, helps get my content out there. And let me know down in the comment section which weapons you guys want me to review next on Elite Showcase. My name is Phonics. I'm out. Have an awesome day, guys. Peace.